What's going on, my brother? My name is Jamari, and I do a practice called Heart Divination. It is a practice that comes from my father's lineage, so it has a lot of potent medicine for Black men in particular, and you won't find anybody else who does this practice because it comes from my people. Something also to know about Heart Divination is I don't use a lot of spiritual jargon or anything like that. The messages and readings are usually very specific, and so oftentimes a reading is for like a very particular person. So if you landed on this video, I definitely encourage you to keep watching to make sure this video isn't for you. All right. So the topic for this reading today is someone is struggling today with a lot of emotional weariness. I would even describe it as like hopelessness, just like feeling very, very hopeless, feeling really down. Let's see why this might be here. Yeah, it's almost like you tried something and it didn't turn out the way that you had hoped. Like you tried to build a business, or yeah, it feels like a business. Like you tried to create a business, or maybe you work a job and you tried to create some new project or innovative project, and it almost seems like it didn't even get started. Like it never even got off the ground. And so now you're feeling kind of hopeless. Not that you thought that this was like your ticket out of something, but it seems like it was maybe one of the rare times you like took a risk, like really put yourself out there, starting this business, starting this new project. And you were like, all right, I'm gonna try something new. And when it just kind of fell completely flat and didn't even really get started, it was kind of like, all right, like this is why I don't try in the first place. And so feeling really hopeless about that. But the thing is, you're really trying to break out of this whole not taking risk energy. Like that is something you're really desiring to do differently, and you're wanting to change. And so it's interesting because what Spirit is saying is that it's actually okay that you let this particular experience kind of get you caught up, one could say. It's actually okay that you allow, it's almost like Spirit's like you had to feel that. You had to feel that so you'd be less afraid of it happening, because that's what keeps you from taking on new risks, is this fear of failure, of taking a risk and it falling flat. And so Spirit's saying like it actually had to happen that way. It had to happen that way so you could see that you could experience that and still survive, because you survived. Like, yes, you feel hopeless. Yes, you feel like, dang, why did I do that? But take a moment to take a look around. Like for real, like right now, take a moment to take a look around. You're still here. You still have the opportunity to try again. As long as you're still here, you have that opportunity. And maybe that idea didn't take, but just as God gave you that idea, God can give you another idea, or God can put you in a new situation with the same idea. And so just take a moment, because this is the medicine, this is the gift of your situation. Take a moment to realize you tried, it didn't work, it didn't break you. You're still here. So in many ways, you are breaking out of that pattern of not taking risk. And every time you take a risk and it doesn't work out perfectly, or it takes time, you build the muscle, the capacity, and really the trust in yourself to keep trying again. That's the only way we shift and we change, is to keep working that muscle. You know, when you go to work out, the only way that muscle grows is if you continue to lift heavier weights. And a lot of times it's lifting the weight to what? Failure. To failure. That's how the muscle grows. So by taking the risk, allowing yourself to fail, to not make it, or to not have it accomplish what you set out to, you're actually building your muscle, your capacity to withstand that, so that when God places you in the right situation, the right opportunity, when things don't go quite perfectly, right, you're not afraid of that. Or when God gives you that perfect vision that's meant for you, you're not afraid to take the risk and go for it. Like, imagine if you were afraid to take risk and God gave you the vision that would have you blow up and have the most successful life you wanted. Imagine if God gave that to you while you're in a place of being afraid of taking risk. What are you going to do with it? Nothing, right? So this is Spirit's way of building that muscle up in you. So don't let this deter you. Be sad for a moment, but understand that this is the training ground for where God is going to take you, so that you can be in a place and in a position to take the right risk at the right time and not be afraid to do so. All right, my brother, I love you. Peace.